Creating an isometric drawing. In this video, we're going to define isometric drawing, and then we're going to learn how to draw an isometric. First, let's take a look at our 3D model. Back to our stair block. So we have a 3D model of our stair block, and if we position it just so, we actually have an isometric drawing. So an isometric drawing is a 2D drawing that looks 3D. So in this case, it would be this drawing right here. Often, where you work only in 30, 60, and 90 degrees, but there are settings that you can set up in CAD to make that happen for you. So let's open up our imperial border and title block. Next, we're going to change our drawing settings. In order to do so, we have to go into our drafting settings. We do that by typing in DS, enter. This is where we can change our snap type from a rectangular snap, which is a 2D snap that we use to draw orthographically. And we're going to select an isometric snap, which creates a 2D drawing that looks 3D. So as soon as we do that and hit OK, you'll notice that your grid changed as well as your cursor. So right now, our cursor is set up to be right. And you can tell because our cursor has a red line pointing up to the right direction. If you hit F5, you can toggle between your different isometric views. So you're going to have left, which is where your line and your grid change to slope up to the left. And you hit F5 once more, and you get kind of a squashed X, and this is our top view. So on our 3D view, that would translate to here, our right side, we would use our right cursor. The left side, we would use our left cursor. And to draw from the top, we would use the top cursor. So back to our AutoCAD file. First, let's draw our right side. So we're going to hit F5, or you can set up on your toolbar to have your isometric drafting turned on. If it doesn't show up, you can go into Customize and find Isometric Drafting and turn it on, and that'll bring your cursor down here. So we can also go here and we can select Isoplane Right. So if we look here, our right is going to be our 10 by 10, and then all our steps going up in increments of 2. So we're going to zoom out a bit and move over. Let's draw over here. So now that we're in our object layer, we're going to go into line. And there's a couple things you might want to change in your toolbar. You're going to want to turn off your dynamic input. You're also going to want to turn off your ortho. Something you might want to turn on is your polar tracking. And you can actually select 30, 60, 90, 120, which is isometric angles. So let's turn that on. So now using our snaps, we're going to arbitrarily click wherever. So let's click here. And you can follow the snap squares and you can count. We need to go a distance of 10. So we could go in, would be 20 squares. Or you could go up and you could type in 10. And it's going to give you a distance of 10. If you're having trouble determining your angles, you can also turn back on your polar tracking. Or sorry, your dynamic input. So we've gone up a distance of 10. We need to draw our back. So going up again a distance of 10. Now we get to draw all of our stairs, which is actually quite simple. So you can do this using your snaps, going in a distance of 2, click, and then going down a distance of 2, click, over, 2, down, 2. And you can see that at this point it looks like my dynamic input is causing me a problem. So I'm going to turn that off. Going down 2, or I could go like this, 2, 2, 2, zoom out, 2, 2, and then finish up our drawing by closing it up. So now we have an isometric right side. Let's go on to our left. So we're going to hit F5 and toggle to our left, which changes our grid. Or we could go down here and we could switch to isometric drafting, isoplane left. So now we've got to fill in our shape. So we're going to go from our endpoint over this way, a distance of 10. Then we can also draw some steps. So we go up 2 and over 2, just like we did on the other side. 2, 2, 2, 2. You notice I'm always going to be going up with 90 and then 30, 90 and then 30, because those are our angles for isometric drawing. 2, 2, 2. Now, do I have enough steps? I have 1, 2, 3. No, not done yet. And one more. 2. So let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we get to connect the dots. So we get to use our line command, and we get to go from here to here. Escape, enter. Here to here. Escape, enter. We get to continue to connect all of our dots until we're all done. One more line. Oh, I missed a few. I did the inside edge of the stair, but I didn't get the outside edge. So we have to make sure that we're careful and we get all of our lines. That looks much better. So we have our 5-step isometric drawing complete. Now this is the time where you're going to want to save your assignment. This is the end of the isometric drawing video.